David Corson, Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. A little past 7 o'clock. A little cloudy out, not too hot. A little overcast, and got a little thunder boomers here, some rumbling down around the corner. Probably get a little wet. Like I said, I'll take an hour and a half of free water every night if I can, just for my sod here. But hey, hope you had a great Tuesday. Smile on your face, positive thoughts. You're going to your Tuesday evening, getting ready for hump day tomorrow, Wednesday, and the remainder of the week. My son's outside cooking some chicken and some beef for some fajitas, so I'm going to chow here in a couple of minutes. Man, I'm hungry too. And just been working all day, working on my issue. Got an event coming up on Monday in Orlando, and then getting ready for, go into the last quarter of the year, in the fall, and, drive all the way to December 31st. So, hey, here's my word of the day. Here's what I'm thinking about for Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. Ambidextrous. Yeah, ambidextrous means that you can use both hands or legs. You can, you're not just confined to one. In sports, you really need to be able to use both your legs, both your arms, both your eyes, and just all that stuff. But like ambidextrous, if you're a lacrosse player, you can catch and throw with both your hands. In basketball, you'd be able to shoot free throws with both your hands. In baseball, you'd be able to swing both ways or catch and so forth. If you can catch and throw with your weak hand better than your strong hand, oh man, you'd be blown away of how good of a lacrosse player you would be. But any sport that you do in athletics, and this can go to business, personal, and everything else too, which I'm going to get to here in a second. But the more diverse you are with your own appendages, your arms, your legs, whatever, and that you're able to use them on the athletic field, oh my God. It's just it's like going in. You've been a middle linebacker your whole life, and then you go in and they go, "Hey, you're going to be a running back when you go into college." If you play D1, 2, or 3, or club or whatever. So it's always good to be able to do more things than anybody else, and you're just more of that much of an asset, especially on an athletic team. Like hockey, lacrosse. I can play defense. I can play offense. I can play. I can go in the goal if I need to. I played all those positions when I was growing up. So it's not a big deal. Business. You got to know how to do everything. Like as an entrepreneur, not only am I ambidextrous, I can use both my hands, and, I can't really write with my other hand, but I could do some chicken scratch. But I can type. I can, in business, I've got a lot of stuff that I can do, using all, both hands, both arms, everything is, contained. But, if I, let's say I broke a finger or whatever, I'd still be able to type. I would just have to use my other hand that much more. Or let's say you have knee surgery. Well, I'm going to have to just deal with it going up and down the stairs or whatever. So, but being able to overcome those hurdles and so forth, and being able to, have your body, pick up the pace when maybe, you're hurt someplace else. Man, it's just so important. And in business, it's all about your mindset and how you set your mindset and how you go about your daily, your to-do lists, and being flexible, negotiable, learning how to talk in the least amount of words to get your point across so people know what the heck you're trying to tell them. So, but I'm just telling you, being ambidextrous in business, if your head's over tails over your competition. I don't care if you're the account executive, national sales director, or or the CEO. The bottom line is, if you're flexible and you can do things with more than your competitors do, and you can do it with both your hands, and you're just faster, you're more neater, you're all those things, man, you're gonna have a lot of wins and L's on the scoreboard. Relationships. This is where ambidextrous really comes in, because relationships are, whether it's personal or just casual contact you make when you communicate with people during the day. The bottom line is, the more ways that you can communicate and exchange and interact with those people, the better off you're going to be. And sometimes it's just learning how to get your point across, be flexible. Like I said, once again, listen, knowing you need to shut your mouth, don't make mountains out of molehills, and take something from everywhere. Try and find that golden nugget, value nugget of something, just through a little 1 minute, 2 minute conversation. Find something that you can take from people, and just put it back in the shop, because I'm telling you, it all builds up. And and being ambidextrous, you can get it from from both your arms, both your legs. You imagine if you're a soccer player and you could kick goals with both your feet. It's like I said on the lacrosse field, man. Lacrosse players are probably the greatest athletes in the world because they can catch and throw with both hands. And look, I'm a righty, but I'm telling you, I can rip the ball lefty. You would never know that I'm my strong hand's my right hand, but lefty, I can rip the ball. I can chuck that rock into the cage. So, but I'm telling you, in relationships, you got to be ambidextrous. You got to be able to do things just not one way, in multiple ways. And then sleep. Hey, your body needs to know when it's gonna, that you can come in with a good attitude or a bad day. You had a good day or a bad day. The bottom line is, not every day is gonna be different. But as long as it knows that you've programmed it, that whichever way you come in with a good attitude or not the greatest attitude or whatever it might be, as long as you've programmed it, hey, I'm unplugging, I'm flossing, I'm ready to go. I'm going to get my 6.5 because I'm going to perform for you again. It's up to you to make the days positive, but I'm going to make sure your body makes it through. That's what ambidextrous can do for you, with your body. And if there's something else that I haven't mentioned in a 24-hour period that you do, besides business, personal, athletics, life, sleep, maybe eat, do that too. Be ambidextrous. Learn different ways how to do it. Have that extra added edge that separates you from your competition. So from the heart, take it to the bank, put up here your knowledge vault, use it whenever you need it. If you work on being ambidextrous every day, every week, every month for the remainder of the year, all the way to December 31st, you will have about 130 some odd days worth of data. Download the diary app, put it right here on the phone, your phone that's attached to your hand, it is all day, and write a paragraph on how you work on being ambidextrous every day, all the way to December 31st. If you're going to do it for a couple of weeks, don't do it. You're wasting your time. Can't get that time back. Spend your time on something else. But if you do it, number one, you're going to cross the finish line. You're going to be psyched. But number two, you're going to see all that 130 some odd days of data that you took in yourself, and you will get addicted to it, man. You're going to remember every day that you did, where you were right on target, where you're less on target, what you need to work on. And remember, you need to be improving on every day. It doesn't matter what you do, business, personal, athletics, life, sleep, whatever, you got to improve. And being ambidextrous can only help you. All right, so listen, I appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your Tuesday evening. I'm going to go eat some fajitas. I will see you tomorrow. Be safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. Take action. Ambidextrous.